Report says we are at stage 3, paragraph page 209. Stage
Yes.
3, 209. Almost at the end. And our last headword was promise, new word type of lesson.
Promise. Yes.
Okay, let's start with revision. Ready?
Okay.
Here we go. First question. Do you always agree with everything people say? Do you always agree with everything people say? No, I
No,
don't
I
always
don't
agree
always
with
agree
everything
with everything
people say.
people say.
Sometimes I
Sometimes
agree
I
and
agree
sometimes
and
I
sometimes
disagree.
I disagree.
Very good. Which is it right to say I agree or I'm agree? Which is it right to say I agree or I'm agree? It's right to
It's
say
right
I
to
agree.
say I agree.
Very good. 14 plus 80 equals 94. 14 plus 80 equals 94. What am I doing? You're adding
You're adding
14 and 80.
14 and 80.
Very good. Is it complicated to add the numbers 15 and 30 together? Is it complicated to add the numbers 15 and 30 together? No,
No,
it isn't
it's not.
complicated
It isn't
to add
complicated
the numbers.
to add
Add
the
the numbers
numbers
15 and
15
30
and
together.
30
It's
together.
simple.
It's simple.
Very good. What do we sometimes add to our tea and coffee? What do we sometimes add to our tea and coffee? We
We
sometimes add
sometimes
milk
add
and sugar
milk and
to
sugar
our tea
to
and
our
coffee.
tea and coffee.
Very good. What do we add to a regular verb to form its past tense? What do we add to a regular verb to form its past tense? We add the
We
letters
add
ed
the letters
to a
ed
regular verb
to a regular
to
verb
form its past
to
tense.
form its past tense.
Very good. Can you jump over this table with both your feet together? Can you jump over this table with both your feet together? No, I
No,
can't
I
jump
can't jump
over that table
over that
with
table
both my feet
with
together.
both my feet together.
Very good. Can you jump up and touch the ceiling? Can you jump up and touch the ceiling? No,
No,
I can't
I
jump
can't
up
jump up
and
and
touch
touch the
the ceiling.
ceiling
Why not? Why not? Because the ceiling's
because
too
the
high.
ceiling is too high.
Very good. Can you jump as high as a house? No. Can you jump as high as a house? No, I
No,
can't
I
jump
can't
as
jump as
high.
high as a house.
Very good. Okay, next. What's this? What's this? It's a corner of the book.
It's a corner of the book.
Are you sitting at the corner of your room? Are you sitting at the corner of your room? Yes or no?
No,
I'm not sitting
I'm not
in the
sitting
corner of
in
my
the
room.
corner of my room.
Wait, can you sit at the corner of a round table? Can you sit at the corner of a round table? No, I
No,
can't sit
I
at
can't
the
sit
corner
at the
of a
corner
round
of a
table.
round table
Wait, why not? Why not? Because a round
because a
table
round table
has no
has no
corner.
corners.
Very good. Okay, next. Where am I standing? Where am I standing? You're standing
You're
at the
standing
corner of the
at the
table.
corner of the table.
Where am I standing? Where am I standing? You're standing
You're
in the
standing
corner
in the
of the room.
corner of the room.
Very good. Okay. Can we go by ship from Paris to Milan? Can we go by ship from Paris to Milan? No,
No,
we can't go
we
by
can't
ship
go by ship
from Paris
from
to Milan.
Paris to Milan
Why not? Why not? Because both cities
because both
are
cities
inland.
are inland.
Where is a boat larger than a ship? Is a boat larger than a ship? No, a
No,
boat
a
isn't
boat
larger
isn't
than
larger
a ship.
than a ship.
It's smaller
It's
than a ship.
smaller than a ship.
Very good. Are we almost at the end of the lesson? Are we almost at the end of the lesson? Yes or no?
No,
We are
we aren't
almost at the end
almost
of
at
the
the end
lesson.
of the lesson.
Does almost everybody in your country have a mobile phone? Does almost everybody in your country have a mobile phone? Yes or no?
Yes,
Almost
almost
everybody in my
everybody
country
in my
has a
country
mobile
has a
phone.
mobile phone.
Very good. Okay. Next. Where do we generally see people sitting at desk? Where do we generally see people sitting at desk? We generally see
We
people
generally see
sitting at
people
desk
sitting at
in
desks
offices
in
and
offices and
classrooms.
classrooms.
Very good. In some jobs, can people work from home instead of going to an office? In some jobs, can people work from home instead of going to an office? Yes, in some
Yes,
jobs,
in some
people
jobs,
can work from
people
home
can work from home
instead of
instead of
going to an
going
office.
to an office.
Very good. Is it easier to get a good job in your country if you speak English? Is it easier to get a good job in your country if you speak English? Yes, it's
Yes,
easier
it's
to get a good
easier
job
to get a good
in my
job
country
in my
if you
country
speak English.
if you speak English.
Very good. When does next season start? When does next season start? Next season starts
Next season
on the month
starts
of
on the month of September.
September, autumn. Very good. Okay. When's your birthday? When's your birthday? My
My
birthday's on the.
birthday's on the 6th of November.
Oh, very near. Happy birthday. Next. What do we say to people on their birthday? What do we say to people on their birthday? We say
We
happy
say
birthday
happy
to
birthday
people on
to
their
people
birthday.
on their birthdays.
Very good. What can we say when we meet a friend? What can we say when we meet a friend? When we meet a friend,
When we meet a
we can
friend,
say hi.
we
How
can
are you?
say, "Hi, how are you?"
Very good. What can we do when we meet somebody for the first time? What can we do when we meet somebody for the first time? When we meet somebody
When we meet
for the
somebody
first
for
time,
the first
we
time,
can say hello,
we can say, "Hello,
nice to
nice to
meet you,
meet you,"
and shake hands with them.
and shake hands with them.
Very good. When you go to meet somebody, do you always arrive early? When you go to meet somebody, do you always arrive early? No. When I
No,
go to meet
when I
somebody,
go to meet
I don't
somebody,
always
I don't
arrive early.
always arrive early.
Sometimes I arrive
Sometimes I
early,
arrive
and
early,
sometimes I
and
arrive
sometimes
late.
I arrive late.
Very good. What's the difference between bring and take? What's the difference between bring and take? The difference
The
between
difference
bring
between
and take
bring and
is
take
that
is
bring
that
means
bring
carry
means
here,
carry here,
whereas take means
whereas take
carry
means
there.
carry there.
Very good. Okay, next. Okay, here we go. Give me a sentence with the word bring in it. Give me a sentence with the word bring in it, please. I bring my bag
I bring my
to the
bag
lesson with me.
to the lesson
With me.
with me.
Very good. Give me a sentence with the word take in it. Give me a sentence with the word take in it, please. I take my bag
I
home
take my bag
with me
home
after the
with me
lesson.
after the lesson.
Very good. Okay, next. Do you bring a pen with you to school? Do you bring a pen with you to school? Yes, I
Yes,
bring a
I
pen
bring a
with me
pen with
to
me to
school.
school.
Very good. What am I doing? What am I doing? You're taking your book
You're taking your
into the
book
corridor.
into the corridor.
Very good. What am I doing? What am I doing? You're bringing your
You're
books
bringing your
into the
book
classroom.
into the classroom.
Very good. Do you take this book home with you after the lesson? Do you take this book home with you after the lesson? No,
No,
I
I
don't
don't
take
take
that
that
book
book
home with
with
me
me. Home with
after
me
the lesson.
after the lesson
Why not? Why not? Because it isn't
because
mine.
it isn't mine.
Very good. Do you bring any food with you to school? Do you bring any food with you to school? Yes or no?
No,
I
I
don't
don't
bring
take any food
I don't
with
bring any
me.
food with me
I don't bring any food with
to
me
school.
to school.
Very good. Do you take a camera with you when you go on holiday? Do you take a camera with you when you go on holiday? Yes or no?
Yes,
I
I
take
take a
a
camera
with me
with me
when I go on
when
holiday.
I go on holiday.
Very good. What do you bring with you to school? What do you bring with you to school? I bring my
I bring my bag
with me to
with
school.
me to school.
Very good. Okay. Do you speak English quite well? Do you speak English quite well? Yes, I speak English
Yes, I speak
quite
English
well.
quite well.
Do you go to the cinema quite often? Do you go to the cinema quite often? Yes or no?
Yes,
I go to the
I go
cinema
to the
quite
cinema
often.
quite often.
Do you think learning English is quite easy, quite difficult, or very difficult? Do you think learning English is quite easy, quite difficult, or very difficult? I think learning
I
English
think learning English
is
is quite difficult.
okay, it's easy for you. Okay, next. Is pure water bad for the body? Is pure water bad for the body? No. Pure
No,
water
pure
isn't
water
bad for the
isn't
body.
bad for the body.
It's good
It's
for the
good
body.
for the body.
Wait, is the wine we buy in the shops always pure? Is the wine we buy in the shops always pure? No. The wine we
No, the
buy
wine
in
we
the shops
buy in the shops
isn't always pure.
isn't always pure.
Sometimes it's pure
Sometimes it's
and
pure and
sometimes it's
sometimes
impure.
it's impure.
Very good. Okay. Next, do you ever promise to give something to somebody and then not give it? Do you ever promise to give something to somebody and then not give it? Yes or no? I
Yes,
sometimes
I
promise
sometimes
to
promise
give something to
to give
somebody
something to
and then
somebody
not give it.
and then not give it.
Very good. Do you
Not give it.
not
Mm.
give it? Very good. Do you always do what you promise to do? Do you always do what you promise to do? Yes or no?
No,
I don't
I don't
always do
do. I don't always
what I
do
promise to do.
what I promise to do.
Very good. Okay, and that's the end of our revision. Let's have new work. Very good. Okay, repeat. Polite. One more.
Polite,
Impolite.
impolite,
Adult.
adult,
Teenager.
teenager.
Very good. Okay, listen. The words polite and impolite are adjectives. To be pleasant to someone means polite. To be unpleasant to someone is impolite. I'm an adult. My sister is 19 years old. She's a teenager.
Mhm,
Teenagers are between the ages of 13 and 19.
mhm,
Teenagers aren't generally more polite than adults. They're less polite than adults. Let's
mhm,
practice. Are waiters and waitresses always polite to people in restaurants? Are waiters and waitresses always polite to people in restaurants? No.
No,
Waiters and waitresses.
waitress. Ah,
Waiters.
no, waitress.
One more. Waiter. Male first. No.
Waiter,
Waiters
waiter,
and waitresses.
waiters and waitresses
Very good. Aren't always polite
aren't always
to
polite
people in
to
restaurants.
people in restaurant.
Sometimes they're polite
Sometimes they are
and
polite and
sometimes
sometimes
they're
they are
impolite.
impolite.
Are teenagers generally more polite than adults? Are teenagers generally more polite than adults? No.
No, the
Teenagers aren't
teenagers
generally more
aren't
polite
generally more
than
polite than
adults. They are
adults.
generally less
They
polite
are generally less
than
polite
adults.
than adults.
Very good. Okay. Next repeat. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Very good. Okay, listen. When we want to speak to somebody we don't know, the first thing we generally say is, excuse me. When we don't know the way to the station, we say, for example, excuse me, can you tell me the way to the station, please? Get their
Mhm.
attention, excuse me. Okay, let's practice. When we want to speak to somebody we don't know, what's the first thing we generally say? When we want to speak to somebody we don't know, what's the first thing we generally say? When we want to
When
speak
we want to
to
speak
somebody we
to
don't know,
somebody we don't
the
know,
first thing we
the
generally
first
say
thing we generally
is
say
excuse me.
is excuse me.
Megan, give me an example. Give me an example, please. Excuse me.
Ex-
Can
Excuse
can
me.
you tell me
Can you tell
the way
me
to the station,
the way
please?
to the station, please?
Very good. And that's the end of stage three. New work.
Hmm.
Okay, let's
How?
start stage three, full stage revision.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Okay, let me just take note of that. Okay, so here we go. It's all question and answer. Let's start. Is
Mhm.
your handkerchief more expensive than your shoe? Is your handkerchief more expensive than your shoes? No, my
No,
handkerchief
my
isn't
handkerchief
more
isn't
expensive
more expensive
than my
than my
shoes.
shoes.
It's cheaper than my
It's
shoes.
cheaper than my shoes.
Wait, is a Rolls Royce cheaper than a Ford? Is a Rolls Royce cheaper than a Ford? No, a
No,
Rolls
a
Royce
Rolls Royce
isn't cheaper
isn't
than a Ford.
cheaper than a Ford.
It's more expensive
It's more
than a
expensive than
Ford.
a Ford.
Is your town a more expensive place than New York? Is your town a more expensive place than New York? No, my
No,
town
my
isn't a
town
more
isn't
expensive
more.
place.
Huh?
No,
My
my
town
town
isn't
isn't a
a
more
more
expensive place
expensive place
than New
than
York.
New
It's
York.
a cheaper
It's a
place
cheaper
than New York.
place than New York.
Very good. Is the Suzuki the most expensive car in your country? Is the Suzuki the most expensive car in your country? No,
No,
the Suzuki
the Suzuki
isn't the
isn't
most
the
expensive
most
car
expensive
in
car
my
in my
country. It's
country.
the cheapest
It's
car
the
in
cheapest
my
car in my
country.
country.
What's the cheapest thing in your room? What's the cheapest thing in your room? Now my pencil.
Uh, a pen
Well, a pen is the cheapest thing
is the cheapest
in
thing
my
in my
room.
room.
Very good. Okay. What's the most expensive thing you're wearing? What's the most expensive thing you're wearing? My
My watch
is
is
the
the
most
most
expensive thing
expensive thing
I'm wearing.
I'm wearing.
Very good. What's the comparative of law? What's the comparative of law? The comparative
The
of law
comparative
is
of
longer
long
than.
is longer than.
What's the comparative of beautiful? What's the comparative of beautiful? The
The
comparative of
comparative
beautiful
of
is
beautiful
more
is more
beautiful than.
beautiful than.
Very good. What's the superlative of small? What's the superlative of small? The
The
superlative of small
superlative of
is
small
the
is the
smallest.
smallest.
Wait, what's the superlative of expensive? What's the superlative of expensive? The
The
superlative of
superlative
expensive
of
is
expensive
the
is
most
the
expensive.
most expensive.
Very good. Why do we say cheaper than but not expensiver than? Why do we say cheaper than but not expensiver than? We say cheaper than
We say
but
cheaper
not
than,
expensiver
but
than
not expensiver than,
because the adjective cheap,
because the adjective
cheap
cheap
has only one
has
syllable,
only one syllable,
whereas the adjective
whereas
expensive
the adjective expensive
has three
has
syllables.
three syllables.
Very good. Okay, next. Where's my nose? Where's my nose? Your nose.
Your
Above your
nose
mouth.
above your mouth.
Where's my chin? Where's my chin? Your chin's
Your
below your
chin's
mouth.
below your mouth.
Where's the ceiling? Where's the ceiling? The ceiling's
The
above our
ceilings
heads.
above our heads.
Where are my feet above the table? Are my feet above the table? No. Your
No,
feet aren't
your
above
feet
the table.
aren't above the
They're
table.
below the table.
They are below the table.
Very good. Tell me the names of the months of the year. Tell me the names of the months of the year, please. The names of
The
the
names
months of
of
the
the
year
month of the
are
year
January,
are
February,
January, February,
March,
March,
April, May,
April, May,
June,
June,
July,
July,
August,
August,
September,
September,
October,
October,
November, and
November, and December.
very good. What's this month? What's this month? This month's
This month is August.
very good. What was last month? What was last month? Last month
The last month was
was July.
July.
What will next month be? What will next month be? Next month
Next
will
month
be
will be September.
very good. What will the month after next be? What will the month after next be? The month after
The
next
month after
will be
next will be
October.
October.
Oh, very good. Okay. What was the month before last? What was the month before last? The month
The month
before last
before last
was
was
June.
June.
Very good. Okay. What do the letters AM mean after the time? What do the letters AM mean after the time? The letters
The
AM
letters
mean
AM means
antemeridium
antimerin
after the time.
antimeridnium
Antemeridium
antimeridium
after the time.
after the time.
Very good. What do the letters PM mean after the time? What do the letters PM mean after the time? The
The
letters PM
letters
mean
PM
post
means post
meridium after
meridian
the time.
after the time.
Look mo na. What's the difference between AM and PM? What's the difference between AM and PM? The
The
difference between
difference between
AM and
AM
PM
and
is
PM
that we
is
use
that
AM
we use
for the
AM
time
for the
before
time
midday
before
and
midday
PM
and
for the
PM
time
for the
after
time
midday.
after midday.
Very good. Do we say 20 to 4 a.m.? Do we say 20 to 4 a.m.? No, we don't say
No, we don't
20 to
say
4
20
a.m.
to 4
We
a.m.
say 3:40
We
a.m.
say 3:40
a.m.
a.m.
Very good. What time do you eat breakfast? What time do you eat breakfast? I eat
I eat
breakfast at
breakfast at 7 a.m.
early. What time do you eat dinner? What time do you eat dinner? I eat dinner
I
at
eat dinner at 8 p.m.
very good. Okay, next. What can we use instead of the words many and much? What can we use instead of the words many and much? We can use
We can
a
use
lot of
a lot of
instead of the
instead
words
of
many
many
and much.
the word many and much.
Very good. Are there a lot of people in a small village? Are there a lot of people in a small village? No, there
No,
aren't a
there
lot
aren't
of
a lot
people
of
in a
people in a
small.
small
There
village.
are few
There
people
are few
in a
people
small.
in a small village.
Very good. Do the English drink a lot of coffee? Do the English drink a lot of coffee? No, the
No,
English
the
don't drink
English
a lot of
don't
coffee.
drink a lot of
They
coffee.
drink a lot of
They
tea.
drink a lot of tea.
Very good. Do you like to see a room with a lot of flowers in it? Do you like to see a room with a lot of flowers in it? Yes or no?
Yes,
I
I
like to
like
see a room
to see the room
with a
a
lot
lot
of
with
flowers
a
in it.
lot of flowers in it.
Very good. Do you put a lot of butter on your bread? Do you put a lot of butter on your bread? Yes or no?
No,
I don't put
I
a
don't
lot
put
of
a lot
butter
of
on my
butter
bread.
on my bread.
Very good. Do we use our mouth for both eating and speaking? Do we use our mouths for both eating and speaking? Yes, we
Yes,
use
we
our
use
mouths
our
for both
mouths
eating
for
and
both
speaking.
eating and speaking.
Very good. Can you speak both Chinese and Japanese? Can you speak both Chinese and Japanese? No,
No,
I
I
can't.
don't speak
I can't
both.
speak both
I can't speak
both
both
Chinese
Chinese
and
and
Japanese. I
Japanese.
speak only
I speak
Japanese.
only Japanese.
Very good. Do you go to the cinema a lot? Do you go to the cinema a lot? Yes or no?
Yes,
I
I go
go
to
to
the
the
cinema
cinema.
a lot.
Very good. Do you read a lot? Do you read a lot? Yes or no?
No,
I
I don't
don't
read
read
a
a lot.
lot.
Do you eat a lot? Do you eat a lot? Yes or no?
Yes, I eat a
Yeah,
lot.
me too. Does she eat a lot? Does she eat a lot? Yes or no?
No,
She
she
doesn't
doesn't
eat.
eat a lot.
Wait, do you use your mobile phone a lot? Do you use your mobile phone a lot? Yes or no?
Yes,
I
I
use
use
my mobile phone
my
a lot.
mobile phone a lot.
Very good. Do you want anything to eat at the moment? Do you want anything to eat at the moment? Okay,
Yes,
but
I
we
want
we
something.
stop there for
Ah,
today.
well,
But
okay.
very
Okay.
good.